Hey George, guess what?
What?
You know why Kathleen Kennedy is so disappointed in Solo: A Star Wars Story?
No, why?
Because the box office results are so low. Get it?
That's really funny, Frank.
George, it wasn't really that funny.
Yeah, you're probably right.
What's up, Geeker things? Wade here, and in this video we're going to be talking about Solo. Why is Solo so low right now? As of the time of this recording on Sunday, the film has made an overall $148 million worldwide. Worldwide. Why is it not doing that good? Well, let's dig a little deeper into the movie. Now, I will warn you guys, there is going to be spoilers. Yes, I will talk about spoilers in this film. If you haven't seen it, go and see the film. If you don't care to see it, be my guest, watch this video. But
You have been warned.
okay, so let's talk about what I thought of the film. Was it an adventure? Definitely. Was it a fun movie? Sure. Was it filled with story? No. I say that because it felt like a one-job heist movie. It did not dive that deep into Han Solo's character, nor did it look at him through his years in the Imperial Academy. That's what I wanted to see. But no, we just get a 3 years later sequence, and that's just ridiculous. It's like, wait, what? You want to jump from there to this? Another problem is likely the fact that Alden Ehrenreich is not believable for a young Han Solo. I honestly believe he did not do the job right. Sure, he was okay, but I definitely feel Anthony Ingruber would have done a fantastic job. You had the guy, Kathleen Kennedy. You had the guy, Disney. Why did you not choose him? Explain to me what made Alden Ehrenreich much more special than Anthony Ingruber. I want to know why. It's almost like Kathleen Kennedy made one of those decisions where, he was good enough, let's just choose him, and didn't explore any further into the potential that they had. Simply just casting Anthony Ingruber would have made this movie significantly better, because that would have been a solid, fine choice. Going the route they did, it's probably going to suffer a lot. Now, Donald Glover as Lando, perfect casting choice. In some parts, he even talked like Billy D. He was really good. Jonas Suotamo, he did excellent as Chewbacca. When Chewbacca first appeared in the film, that's where it felt easier and it felt a lot better. Chewie really tied everything together, and Jonas did a spectacular job. Woody Harrelson did pretty good too, and he was a typical character in a sense because I did foresee him betraying Han. But he was still enjoyable. I didn't mind him in the film at all. His wife, Val Beckett, was a good character too. It's a shame she died so early on in the film. But then we get to L337. This is where things go downhill. She is not a very good character because A, she is very rude, B, she is a jerk, and C, she's very mouthy, and D, does anyone like characters like that? Be honest here. The difference between K2SO and her is he was more funny and it was a sarcastic sense of humor. L3 was just a flat-out jerk in the remarks and statements she made. I honestly don't think any kid would want to play with an L337 action figure. Now, the thought of her becoming the Millennium Falcon itself, that was a neat idea and a good way to include her. But the droid character herself, I didn't really like at all. It just did not work. Another weak character I thought was definitely Enfys Nest. But this particular character was interesting because they portrayed her as a pirate in the beginning of the film, sort of in the middle, and it was cool at first. I was digging it. I like the costume. It is a cool costume. But in the end, when they reveal what her true intentions are, it's like, that's it. It was definitely a twist ending having her work with the rebellion, but at the same time, the way they used her with Han, it developed Han into being a good guy a little too close before A New Hope. That's not what should have happened. Han should have totally been in it for the money and not work with the good guy. It just boggles me how they did not see that. They completely undermined his archetype. Sure, having him kill Beckett, who was like his mentor, stayed true to the Han shot first thing, but it's not the same as to the degree of him still selling the, coaxium or something, to Dryden Voss and making a lot of money. But no, he decides to help start a rebellion against Crimson Dawn and the Empire. It doesn't really stay that true to his character. Now, I'll quickly state that in another video, I will talk about the Kessel Run and compare it to the original canon and which one I think is better. But now we'll talk about probably the biggest reveal for this film, and it's definitely Darth Maul. He was completely surprising. I was not expecting him at all. But at the same time, now that I think of it, did I really want to see Darth Maul on screen again? I've gotten him in Clone Wars. I've gotten him in comics. I've gotten him in Star Wars Rebels and saw his fate. I honestly felt satisfied with the amount of Darth Maul stuff that we had, but now they've added even more to the plate. I don't necessarily see how it correlates with Solo. Do I think it could develop it into something cool? Sure. Overall, it just didn't seem to portray the effect that it should have had. It should have been a wow factor, and we should have been excited for it. But in the end, it left us confused. When I was at my theater watching this film, there was no reactions out of the audience. It was weird. In fact, for most of the movie, there wasn't any reactions. Looking back, I would rather have seen Boba Fett, Jabba the Hutt, or even Greedo than Darth Maul. I think Darth Maul should have been saved for that rumored Obi-Wan movie instead. That would have panned out a lot better than throwing him into Solo, I think. I would have preferred seeing an original trilogy character, because that would have been a better nod to the past and still could have developed his future career of being a smuggler to Jabba the Hutt. An ending where it would have stood the test of time is where you have Han Solo punch it to light speed. Then the next scene is you see him landing on the desert planet of Tatooine. They go into Jabba's palace. Han and Chewie look around their strange surroundings of all the weird creatures and aliens like Yak Face, Amon, Squidhead. The names just go on. Then they speak a couple of words to Bib Fortuna, and then he takes them and then he shows them to his master. And there we see it, a glorious, perfect Return of the Jedi Jabba the Hutt puppet. And then you could see Han conversing with Jabba, and then right at the tip end of it you see Boba Fett walk from one corner and then he gets to the center of the camera and then he just looks at Han, gives him a nod or something, and then Han does one right back at him. Then he continues his conversation with Jabba the Hutt, and then that's where Jabba employs him for a future job of smuggling something, and then that's how we end it. That would have been really cool, I think. Let me know down in the comments of what you guys think, and also tell me, did you like Solo? Did you not like Solo? I think what everything really boils down to is, did we really want a Solo film? Out of all the things you could explore in the Star Wars universe, I didn't really picture a Solo origin story or something coming to mind. I would rather see the Knights of the Old Republic in some gigantic lightsaber battle, where you just see hundreds of sabers all over the place or something, or the Republic troopers. I have no idea, just explore with it. Or I would rather see a movie similar to Rogue One. Heck, you could do the Bothans for all I care. But Solo, whose idea was it? Because I don't ever remember fans talking about having a Solo origin story or signing a petition to do that. I remember when I first heard the news about it, I was like, wait, what? What? It was just surprising, but it was just an odd choice is all. Anyways, guys, I think that sums up my views of the film so far. I'll probably see it for a second time, but I honestly am not really excited to see it a second time. But if you go into the film with minimal expectations, then you're likely going to enjoy it. I enjoyed some parts of it, other parts I didn't enjoy. In this video, I was just looking back at it and just reviewing everything. So apologies if it sounds too negative. I'm not trying to be a hater or anything. I'm just simply trying to state my viewpoint. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a subscribe for more Geeker things.